जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम ओम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम ओम श्री राम Poetry, Swamiji. Poetry.
This, huh? Oh, when the
Bush has gone.
Oh, Ram Ram. Okay.
This is Swamiji. Vendama. Shri Ram.
Three only, Swamiji.
Actually, if two people are speaking, two of them can have it. That's why. It's a bifurcation. Enough. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Do not disturb, huh?
Silent.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Yesterday you completed six.
I think we were completing the sixth one. Last two were there. I think. Last one. Seventh we were.
Fifth over India.
Sixth,
Sixth.
sixth only. Sixth
Sixth over.
last. No, last two are left. ஆறு.
ஆறுல லாஸ்டா சரி ஓகே ஓகே ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய் ராம் ஜெய் ஜெய் ராம் श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
Orientation is locked. It's okay, no?
श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम हरि ओम to everybody
Hariom, Pranam Swamiji.
pranam
Pranam.
yesterday we were going through chapter number 6. Each chapter will have 10 examples. That means 10 slokas have been picked up, and we are trying to connect it with the 10 examples. 10 situations. The purpose is to somehow train our mind to connect everything with Bhagavad Gita. The first sloka was Fortitude, Sunita Williams.
Sloka number 5, sorry.
Huh?
Sloka number 5.
That's all right. Sloka number 5, Fortitude for Sunita Williams. Remember?
Yes,
Uddariya Darpana. Second was reflection. 10th sloka. Through silence and solitude, Raj rediscovered himself. He went for a sabbatical.
Yes.
Then moderation. Through the God, it should be at the right proportion, neither too much nor too little. Then stillness. How Sundaramayangar from a
Bus service.
he was having a cycle stand or something like a cycle. Not cycle stand, I think something like that. From there he built up a big empire.
Bus service.
Huh?
Initially bus service.
Bus tanker, 1911 bus. Stillness, you know.
From the stillness of this inspiration came to it. From the stillness within the inspiration came to it. That is what it is. It's towards and
We will do something in the evening.
huh.
There, it should be changed,
Okay.
the topic. Then the 25 slogan about discipline. Ridhima returned mistakes into music
That is very nice.
and effort into mastery.
Every mistake she went through many times.
Then guidance. Rajesh did not correct with anger but with quiet. From there we will start. Rajesh, a humble and hard-working father, supported his family on a limited income. When his son
So we
Anuj,
finished this one. We finished this one. Anuj got over.
okay, I'm just the last one, you know. When his son Anuj, studying in 8th standard, blamed his current school for poor performance and insisted on transferring to a new school 10 kilometers away. Rajesh quietly arranged the transfer despite financial strain. After a few months, Anuj realized the issue was not the school but his own lack of focus. He admitted his mistake and Rajesh gently advised him to complete the year and return to his old school. Anuj did so and passed his exam without force or reproach. Rajesh's quiet support helped. Anuj discovered that true progress lies in disciplining the mind. A lesson reflected in Gita which speaks of gently bringing the wavering mind back under control as pointed out. So the question is, Yato Nischarati Manaschanjaram Astiram Tatastato Niyamede Atmameye Vasham Nayed. Whenever the restless and unsteady mind wanders, one should gently bring it back under control and focus it on the self. The boy was able to bring it back. Okay. The mind tends to seek changes in the outer world when what is truly needed is inner discipline and focus. Rajesh understood this well. He did not correct Anuj harshly but gave him the space. Gave him the space to realize the truth himself.
Class of rowdies, you said.
Because that means, father did not say that what you are telling is wrong. Nothing wrong with the school. But instead of that, he gave space. It's all right. Then what happened? Rajesh's quiet wisdom helped his son turn distraction into direction through gentle self-discovery. One day, I hopped into a taxi heading for the airport. As we cruised along, suddenly a black car darted out from a parking spot right in front of us. My taxi driver slammed on the brakes, tires screeching, and we came to a halt just inches from a potential accident. The driver of the black car, instead of apologizing, whipped his head around, started yelling at us in anger. To my surprise, my taxi driver just smiled and waved at him, genuinely, not sarcastically. I was stunned. Why did you just do that? He asked. That guy almost wrecked your car and sent us to the hospital. That is when my taxi driver shared a lesson I will never forget. Many people are like garbage trucks. They run around full of garbage, frustration, anger, disappointment. As their garbage piles up, they need a place to dump it, and sometimes they will dump it on you. Don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, wish them well, move on. We remember Anantaramji sharing about Haridas Giri's one incident. Two people, they were, I think, two-wheeler, I think, or four-wheeler, we don't know, rash driving. So somebody said, seeing that, they will meet with some accident. So instead of that, he said, pray that let them not meet with any accident. Your silent prayer will definitely help. It is all right, out of some pressure of circumstances, they might be doing it. We don't know, Sitting from here, we are telling. So the rash driving can cause due to so many reasons. So as a spectator and as a devotee, our job is to somehow pray that he should not meet with any accident. So like that, this man says, just smile, wave, wish them well, and move on. Don't take their garbage and spread it on others at work, at home. Others at work, at home, and the street. He concluded, life is too short to wake up with regrets. Love the people who treat you right. Pray for the one who don't. Remember, life is 10% what you make it, and 90% how you take it. His calm, positive response turned what could have been a day-ruining moment into one of the best lessons in my life. Practice driver's response is a living example of his teaching. Slogan number 27 in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Prashanta Manasam Prashanta Manasam Hyenam Yoginam Sukhamuttamam Upedi Shandarasam Shandarajasam Brahmabhuta Magalmasham. Previous was Yato Yato Nishtarati Manaschanjalam Akhiram Sadastato Niyamyaitadu Atmanyeva Vashamnaye. Okay. Prashanta Manasam Hyenam Yoginam Sukhamuttamam Upedi Shandarajasam Brahmabhuta Magalmasham. Some effort should be made by all of us to go through the slogas. We are trying to connect the slogas, not merely the example. How do we that? One day we tried, all of us started chanting. So, see that from Monday onwards, at least, I will not be here. Okay. From Monday onwards, for the next 15 days.
We take it as homework. We take it as homework.
So 15 days, you please work on all these things. Anybody who wants anything through software can be sent. We have worked 18 chapters. So 1 or 2 or 3 or chapters, if you want, we can send it. So that in the 15 days, try your level best. Feel that every day you are attending the Satsang, and 3:30 to 4:30 you will sit and try to go through one chapter. Something like that, so that you will not miss the gap. By any chance, if it is possible for us to conduct after 3-4 days, probably we might, I don't know. Great transcendental happiness comes to the yogi whose mind is calm, the driver, whose passions are subdued, who is without sin, who sees everything in connection with God. Typical. Prashanta Manasam Yenam Yoginam Sukhamuttam. Very good. True happiness and strength come from a calm mind and controlled emotions. As the Gita teaches, when we refuse to let others' negativity disturb our peace, when we refuse to let others' negativity disturb our peace, we experience a higher joy, become a source of calm for the world around us. The law of garbage truck is innocent, the wisdom of the Gita in everyday life. Let go, stay calm, choose happiness. And from there we move to realization. Number 30. Once Viral Papa was asked to be a ticket inspector to alight from a train for not having a ticket. Without resistance, Papa stepped down, fully accepting it as the will of God. Curious, the inspector later asked, "May I know with what purpose you are travelling in this manner?" Papa replied, "In quest of God." Puzzled, the inspector asked, "They say God is everywhere, then where is the fun of your knocking about in search of Him?" Papa smiled and said, "God is everywhere, but He wants to have this fact actually proved by going to all places and realizing His presence everywhere." The inspector then asked, "Well, then you must be seeing Him here, on this spot, where you stand." With a beaming face and outstretched hand, Papa gently touched the inspector's chest and said, "Behold, He is here, standing in front of me." When we were reading this, you just now recollect what was our feeling. Please tell me. With a beaming face, the outstretched hand, Papa gently touched the inspector's chest and said, "Behold, He is here, standing in front of me." What does it mean?
He seems divine in that person.
நிஜமாவே இவர் எல்லாத்துலயும் பகவானை பார்க்க தொடங்கியாச்சு. The feet are
இது செஸ்ட்டை பார்த்து இங்கே இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா என்ன?
உள்ள இருக்கு.
Do some reflection. Think.
He is in his heart.
Everyone had God in his heart.
He everybody's heart.
Everyone has Krishna in us. Yes, right.
When he says, "I am seeing Him here," what could be that?
अंतर्यामी भगवान रखो.
No,
What is that?
He's purposely trying to make him aware.
It is easy to say, "No, He is seeing God everywhere."
No, but he's trying to make him aware.
Ah.
Make him aware.
So mysterious.
He is standing there.
Life force.
He is aware that He is standing there. He is asking these questions. So Papa had named that God has subtle and
Mysterious.
mysterious power, and that is explicit. That is, He is standing there, life force. He is aware that He has started walking, and He is putting those thoughts, intelligent thoughts. What he asked was a beautiful question, when He is everywhere, what is the fun of your going? So when Papa touched this, we should know, otherwise, we are just skipping it. We are repeating His word, God is everywhere. So that by that, we also try. When he says, when you see a person coming, in the speaks Ramdas, the second page of the first, chapter, when you see anybody, don't see him as,
Does not teach us.
nobody is going through any book. Nobody is going through. I can say,
Also see the divine. You must also see the divine in that person.
Wow. When we give a punch there, people say that. Because we don't want any portion to go, You must see, whenever you see anybody, you must see not only the external form, but also the indwelling reality. This is the true vision. We may not be able to remember all, but at least, when we read Papa's, at that moment at least we can try, Then slowly we can try whenever we differ with any person. This should come up. We can differ, no doubt about it, but we will just see it's a play. Nothing goes deep. Whenever you see anybody, you must see not only the external form but also the indwelling reality. This alone can free you from the sense of diversity, make you realize the unity and oneness of all existence. It is not merely in holy persons and places that you should see God, but in all, everywhere, even in the marketplace. You must always feel the divine presence in and about you. Very difficult, agree. In Vyavahar it is very difficult, but you will keep on trying. Papa could withdraw himself for 2 years or 2.5 years and then, or even 3-4 years, correct. And then he could do that. Every time this reflection was coming before him, before he was reacting. But we are in the midst of so many activities and trying to understand and translate his ideas into our life. So, we are justified, in making the mistake. But at the same time, why is he making us to go through? If we don't reflect and try to get at least once. So this garbage truck fella, though he is not talking that, he was able to, that's why he said, let go. Okay. So, Yoma Pashyatya. With this being, the humility and conviction in Papa's words stirred the inspector deeply. He broke into a hearty fit again and laughter, opening the door of the compartment from which he had asked the sadhus to get down. He requested them to get in again, said, I cannot disturb you friends. I wish you all success in your quest of God. Because Papa did not give a reply for the reply. Now, this is another lesson. What he meant, he said, even in Bangalore, he was thoroughly convinced that God is everywhere. But when he was pushed, he took it, that he should also be sitting here and talking philosophy and going to the outside the gates of ashram and mingling with so many, seeing so many, whether I am in a position to keep it. That is the real test. In this congenial atmosphere, all these sattvic thoughts, passive thoughts will well up. The moment we go out of the gate and we are one with the disease, hectic life, traffic problem, you have to parking problem, you have to get down and go, wait, and so many things will be there. At that time, all these things,
Specifically, it is difficult to see God when the person is, not in tune with you.
She's saying it's difficult to see God when the person's views are not the same as yours.
We have to, now it is true. Who said it is easy? It is tough. But this Satsang or the Nama chanting should enable us to somehow see the indwelling reality, not that you have to keep quiet. God will prompt you to react also. God is prompting you to see Him in others. At the same time, God is prompting you to say something, and God is going to feel not comfortable with that. And what you should do or should not do will also be prompted by Him. Don't think that when He says you should see the reality, you have to keep quiet. You will not keep quiet. So the differences will be there. What we are trying to understand is the power behind that. A very important point Padmaji raised. Whenever we differ with somebody, the point is, I am unable to see the God element. No. I must be able to see the God element because the life force, the intelligence and the consciousness is still there. But at the same time, He willed that such a thought should be expressed. And sitting within us, He is prompting us to differ.
Sir, you should switch off the fan.
Is it becoming clear? This is a practical problem. When Papa says you should see not merely an outer person, but see the inner reality. He did not say seeing the inner reality means keeping quiet. The emotion that God gave you will be there. why does he do so? That we cannot ask.
Swamiji,
But he will prompt us. He will prompt us to react.
for God, it is a play for God. For us, it is a problem, Swamiji.
For God it is a play, but for us it is a problem.
For him it's a play.
Escape.
And if we take this as a play,
Absolutely
the
right.
problem is solved.
Absolutely right.
See, your problem is solved only if we take it as a play.
Absolutely right. But since our Guru says you try to become aware of it,
Yes, Swamiji.
you will try. It is tough job, agreed. So when we reach that stage, we will know it is a play. At the moment, it is not a play for us.
Swamiji,
Now,
Swamiji, we do react, Swamiji,
eh?
and after that we feel that why did we react?
She said we do react.
We feel
But after we react, we feel bad. Why did we react?
Okay, that also you take him into task, you know. We feel that God realization or bringing God dimension means changing our pattern. The moment we come to know that our pattern is also designed by Him, so He makes us to retort. He makes us to react. Suppose we hand over that to Him, Papa bluntly said, very difficult for everybody to a murderer is also committed because of him. But if a murderer feels that God is there, then he will not commit murder. We think that how can God commit murder? No? This is a normal question comes. That means when we have forgotten Him, we will commit that. When we remember Him, we will not. If at all we do something, it might be for a purpose, like a war, no? For self-interest. Kshatriya Dharma. All these things will come only after reflection, not by hearing. And our sadhana should be to somehow bring all these dimensions every day. Every day when He makes us to pass through such, challenges, evening suppose we quietly sit. If at that particular time, if we are not in a position to come out and apologize, to square up, evening at least when we sit, why did I do that? I was only seeing Him, I was not seeing God, and this as a play. God did not ask me to keep quiet, He also made me to jump into it, react. Why did you do that? Then you ask these reflections, Next day we might be able to improve a little. We need not expect 100%. Whatever is there, that is the issue. That will also help us. Out of habit, we might just blurt out something. Immediately we feel we should not have done. We should have, if we are prompted to immediately go and apologize, no problem. Otherwise we try to show it in various ways that we did not mean, it was only a slip of the tongue. That means we don't carry anything forward. So these things, it comes only by reflection.
So practice
Tough, but
practical
practical life is a really Mahabharata war, every day. Every day there is a Mahabharata war going on inside us. The Asuri Sampath and the Devi Sampath are clashing each other. At times the Asuri Sampath win. At times the Devi Sampath, many. Very rarely Devi Sampath win. But we should know that it is the Asuri Sampath that are done. In Bhagavad Gita, all these things are guna guneshu vartante.
So, yedo nisarati alla bhavan. Yedo nisarati manasanjalam astiram solluம்போது இதை நீ பிராக்டீஸ் பண்ணு தான சொன்னாங்க.
You have to not practice outside. Why do you react events in India?
Within.
So here, I cannot disturb you, friends. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. He who sees me in everything and everything in me never becomes separated from me, nor do I become separated from him. Papa's life. Papa's vision was not poetic or philosophical. It was rooted in direct realization. To him, God was not an abstraction, but a living presence. Very nice word. Visible in all, even in a ticket inspector performing his duty.
Swamiji,
Ah.
we are not seeing the palpable presence.
We are not seeing the palpable presence of the divine.
Palpable?
Presence of the divine.
We have to practice.
So, indwelling reality in
Wait. The palpable is not seen, it is a wonderful, wonderful revelation. That is the hitch all of us are facing. We have got all these philosophies on our head.
Yes,
So
Swamiji.
what is the answer? When we try to do Ramnam, when we try to move from vocal chanting to mental chanting, when we try to quieten the mind, then only we can have the experience somewhat in a palpable way. Otherwise, no. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. It is in the stillness you know and realize God. So when we take up chanting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, nowadays Papa has prompted us in the bhajan hall, before we take up the vocal chanting, this is hammered through some words which he prompts. And then at the end of that session, the new session starts, mental chanting. In order that we are reminded why we are taking some words. And after that, before the flower offering, again this is hammered. Morning, afternoon, whatever we say, the food has taken over, much of its influence on us. But morning it is fresh. Everybody comes to bhajan hall at 6:40, we are there. We prepare our mind with Guru Stuti, calm and serene. At that time when these thoughts come, probably Papa must have been observing that we are only going through academic exercise, not trying to implement in our life. So morning he said, you say. So that this is hammered. And every day we get this. What do we get? That stillness. So we go vocal chanting, shaping the mind, we are trying to hear our chanting, then we get some clues, then we take to mental chanting. Out of 15 minutes, even if the mind goes for 12 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes we might get a glimpse of our original core, the stillness. That is how we capture a direct experience of the indwelling reality. This is a must.
Yes, Swamiji, we will try.
It's a must. All this reading, all this manana will not help. As you said, you rightly pointed out the word palpable. Because only when we have the direct, it will be there with us throughout. So when we taste that subtle and mysterious power, the presence of the subtle and mysterious power in the realm of stillness, beyond that we cannot express. Then
Swamiji.
even by talking we know he is there. Huh?
Swamiji, thinking, is the stillness only in Bhajan hall?
She said today morning she was listening to Guru Stuti. It started with Akhanda Mandala Kalam. At that time she felt stillness. And then she said, is this stillness only in the bhajan hall?
That too, one has to agree. You have to try, we have to try. There is no shortcut. There is no other method prescribed by Papa. We have to try somewhere. That is why, yesterday we were reading, that is what is called the retreat. So suppose the mind refuses to go, you shut down for a few hours, shut down for a few days, and not that it is wrong, but nowadays we started feeling that our focus should be on capturing the stillness. So all shlokas, all our activities, everything should get a holiday. During that time, we will not bring anything. Only now. That will draw everything, clear the whole. The dust is clear only with one, that is Nama. And through that Nama, we slowly try to enter. Hearing. Hearing is the first putting a fence of stopping, arresting the outgoing tendencies of because we will not hear, The moment the mind goes out, we will not hear. So we will recognize whether the mind has gone out or not. And then when we try to, from the vocal to the mental, same thing we will agree, we will try. Gap between all these things, where we will not bring anything. Even the form of the Guru or the slokas we have learned or whatever we have seen, you give a holiday for everything for 10-15 minutes, absolutely free from all sankalpa vikalpas. Then everything is clear.
He's asking in Tamil, I don't understand.
I get it. In whatever way you want to. If you can understand what is Tannilai. These are all words, These are all words.
No, not words. When I go deep into that particular step of stillness, vacuum comes there. No thought, nothing is there. There are 97, 0. Vacuum is there.
Then this question will not come, If the mind is free from all, then the question will not come. If I want to feel in a palpable form, that means in an understandable form, in an experiential form. He has no form. Subtle and mysterious power has no form. So we can, how to make it palpable. So the only way is, there is no other situation, no shortcut. The only way is arrest the outgoing tendencies of the mind by concentrating on one thought.
No thought.
Enna?
Even no thought at all.
No thought at all.
Okay, we are talking about, we are struggling, One thoughts will be there. So we are trying to arrest the other thoughts with one thought. That is called Ramana. And then that thought also should go, So how to do that? Because we want to feel His presence. The doubt is, how do we feel His presence? So that is, without thought the mind cannot exist. Mind is nothing but thought flow. And so long as the thought is there, we will not be able to have the palpable, or what you call the feeling the experience of the underlying reality behind the thoughts. So we are trying to go with one thought. So many thoughts are pulling us. We concentrate on one thought. And that thought also we are trying to stop. How? By hearing it. And slowly by hearing it, what happens is something which we cannot explain. Because a thoughtless state cannot be explained with the help of a thought, It is
So
that.
experience.
So it is not possible. So we leave it like that. We used to often quote, once in Madras, Swami Chinmayanandaji has resorted to a very unconventional method of making us know what is the thoughtless. Because however much as we say we are talking with thoughts, no thought means it is also a thought, It cannot convey the meaning. So he said when the last thought was thoughted then, and when he stopped, then he said, you got it.
Yes.
Because beyond that he cannot say.
Yes.
Immediately he said, yes, now you got it. Because everything came to a standstill for a second, which everybody could experience. So similarly, in our case, we are trying to remove all other thoughts with the help of Ramana, and finally, Nama also goes. That is beautifully mentioned by Papa. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. Free from all thoughts. Utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. In the stillness it is, you know and realize. Please think over that word.
Sorry, you just said Gauri Shankar Mama to read this mic. I think Gauri Shankar Mama's. I think Gauri Shankar Mama's mic is making a noise. Noise is coming from Gauri Shankar Mama. Please mute your mic.
So then from there we go to the next one. Good. All these things should come. This is what Gita Sparsha, Gita touch means not merely going through this. We are trying to place before the reality our practical problem. We want to enjoy that. We want to reach that stage. We want to attain that. But somehow we are unable to. Give us some clues. That is why these questions come now. He is prompting us to get the question so that to make it more and more easy for us to capture his presence within us. Every day we used to remember, we go there without any agenda to Bhajan Hall. When we open, suddenly one page we will say stop. We used to wonder this. In 2-3 books we are now taking it. God Experience, volume number 1, hints to experience, at times glimpses, at times the or at times Nama, the password. Something like that, the prompting comes immediately. Then again it will come stillness. For the yesterday and today it was stillness. That means you are again thinking so many things, you are again doing so many things, you are moving away from what you are supposed to do. We are supposed to somehow stop everything and try to become aware of his presence within. And that can be had only by stilling. Stilling cannot be done with anything. It has to stop. Papa himself, Devi 3-4 days we read out, he said, whatever Ramdas says, it is not the truth, but it will give you having experienced it because it is inexplicable. But he is telling in spite of that so that the interest is kindled. Which book?
God Experience only.
Anyway, it's all right. Why should we unnecessarily? Let us concentrate on this. So the idea is that when it is inexplicable, so we cannot get it from the book. A time comes when you have to shed all these, Concentrate now, concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. When Mataji said, nobody has made you do this ashram, why did I start this ashram? What did she mean? Because even the first word, what he said on the 31st, nobody knew at all. We join some program and go back, we are happy. Because there is some positive experience we get in associating with ashram activities or coming to ashram or meeting saints. That's all. But we don't carry anything, we don't do anything for ourselves. Year after year, Mataji gives left and right, Why did we start this ashram? Nobody has. When she was crying, Swamiji asked, why are you crying? So he said, during the days when Papa was in body, none of you took advantage of his presence. But then Swamiji said for that, we should be crying, You are not crying, so I am crying. And later on also in 70s, with the Divine Mother, if you go through that, you find that 80s. Then also she says, nobody has taken advantage of Papa's teachings. None of you have gone deep into Papa's teachings. Superficially coming and going down. Mataji was bluntly telling. We are not satisfied with coming here, asking for blessings, doing something.
Swamiji,
We try to lead a simple life, honest life, righteous life, but we don't go beyond that.
Swamiji, came to me just some time before that I should by heart just speak and divine glimpses of
She's
divinity.
saying she got a thought some
I
time
understand
ago
or not.
that she should by heart the speaks and glimpses.
So what? We will have
Swamiji.
So we will have the satisfaction that you have read by heart.
No, but at least I will get some
No,
teachings.
you are wrong. Whatever you read, suppose you start developing the habit of reflecting.
Okay. Okay.
Then you are satisfied. If he wants you to go through that, he will make you to go through that. Because we should be very clear. Now I tell you, now it should be very clear to everybody in ashram and those who are coming to ashram, those who are hearing this, that our ultimate aim is to still the mind with the help of Brahma. Because the tool, Ramnam, we are comfortable with. So we have not made use of it for the right purpose, that's all.
Yes, Swami.
That's all. So with the help of Ramnam, somehow we should be able to go beyond the mind, beyond the thoughts.
சுவாமிஜி அப்பாவோட புக்கு படிக்கும் போதும் அந்த அளவுக்கு புரிய மாட்டேங்குது சுவாமிஜி சொல்லும் போது தான் அது படிக்கிறது.
சரி, இப்போ புரிஞ்சிருக்கேன். இன்னிலேருந்து பண்ணுவோமே, இன்னிலேருந்து பண்ணுவோமே. 10 minutes in the morning, please. 10 minutes in the morning, when the mind is fresh. We will try. We are very clear now. His presence can be felt only in the stillness. Let me go beyond the mind, thoughts. And my thoughts are harassing me, turbulent. So, by concentrating on the sound of the name, I am trying to ward off all other thoughts. And then let us see what happens to me. Beyond that, don't have any concept. Be free from all sankalpa vikalpas, concepts. I will do this, I will do that. Only starting point we have the sankalpa. That with Ramnam, we will try to hear, and so that only that hearing Ramnam will remain, no other thoughts will come. And when I do that, please guide me to go beyond that. We don't have to do anything. He will guide us. Please. This is the crux. This is the Yeah?
But she's telling in Tamil.
She said she will try.
Challenges are the-
But some challenges keeps coming. So what to do?
Continuously.
Eh?
சேலஞ்ச் அது பிரதிகூலமாக சேலஞ்ச் செய்ய முடியாத பிரதிகூலம் வருதுங்களா?
வரும் வரும் வராது. யாரும் என்ன விரும்பும்? இத்தனை வருஷமாக நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு என்ன சுப்பிரபாதத்தில் வராது. But keep on trying with a prayer, ardent prayer. Ardent prayer.
Swamiji,
When we are on the path,
Swamiji, Swamiji கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு எங்களுக்கு கை பிடிச்சி காலையில ஒரு ஏர்லி மார்னிங்க்கு மெடிடேஷனுக்கு ராம்நாமோட ஸ்டில்னஸ் ஒரு ஹாஃப் அன் ஹவர் ஏதாவது காலையில சாமிஜியோட சேர்ந்து பண்ணப்போ அந்த வைப்ரேஷன் இருக்கும் சாமி. ஏதாவது ஒரு 5:30 to 6 அந்த மாதிரி 5 to 5:30.
see, previously we were doing it in a separate hall. Then suggestion came that we should do it in
Bhajan hall.
Bhajan hall. Okay, that was all right. But there it may not be possible, you know. Then somebody has to do that person will be
சத்சங் பண்ற மாதிரியே 3:30 to 4:30 அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு ஹாஃப் அன் ஹவர் சுவாமிஜி கைடன்ஸோட பண்ணா நல்லா ஸ்டில்னஸ் கிடைக்கும்.
Madhyanam atra it won't be. It will become a ritual again. And don't do it in a collective way. One has to do it independently.
ஓகே ஓகே சாமி.
The collective பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம என்ன படிச்சோம் இத்தனை வருஷமா?
I mean, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We can last 5 minutes. 4:25 to 4:30. Just verum 5 minutes.
Okay.
Because just
We have tried so many things during this.
fresh.
Slow chanting we tried. Afterwards nobody is asking. So many things we tried, you know. Chanting how it should be done. And then
Slow chanting.
at the time, attributes, not big attributes, small attributes, understandable attributes. It is still there in our desktop. So many things we tried. But it's not going within, you know. So now, that means this collective business will not help much. Individual sadhana alone can help us. Then you may ask, what are we doing in 3:30 to 4:30? Instead of doing something else, we are doing this. That is the blunt truth. Because who does the reflection? Tell me. And the reflection will definitely take us forward. 100% sure.
Vidyaswami Satsang attend Patanga, definitely our life has improved on the 100%.
100% there is change. Life has improved because of satsang. Ambi mama.
பண்ணலாம் சாமிஜி.
Okay, I am not belittling the importance of satsang program. The crux, you know, we should have the priority. It may be helpful, no doubt, good thoughts. Good thoughts are no, I am not telling you that it is not doing anything, but instead of doing something else, we are doing it, that's all. Because does it really help us to reflect and try? It should motivate something to capture that which is within us. That is our ultimate aim, you know. Don't you think the time has come for all of us? How long we are going to play with
Yes,
this?
Swamiji, time has definitely come. That is why he is taking us great pride and
We have been hearing, he is with us, he has been with us. I must experience that the Krida Nishchaya should be there. Na? I must experience his presence. Please remove all that is blocking me. Please. And for that, every day, morning, as soon as you get up and go to the bathroom or washing, or even after a cup of coffee or tea, which you are, sit quietly, vocal for 1 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, followed by mental chanting, and slowly stop it. One thought comes, again you start. Slowly try to do it. Thought comes, again you start. It will be there, no? But one day you will find that thought coming is also known to you at the moment the thought comes. And immediately you will pray.
Swamiji, you can pray for all of us, Swami.
Okay, we will pray.
Swamiji,
Papa, who is seated in everybody, why are you delaying?
Swamiji is Muktanandaji. So he is giving mukti to all.
Papa will also smile with us. I am ready, they are not ready, what can I do? You said about the benefit of satsang, you know. Yes, we really, we can say we are benefited by satsang. Satsang means not merely the session, going through their work. Now when we talk about this with the divine, with my master, so many anecdotes Shuddhanandaji has brought out. And Papa gives us in simple words. Yes, Ramdas is ready, who is ready? So then suddenly comes, I am not ready. Though I say I am ready. Tomorrow we will read that particular portion when Papa says, you know, the only condition is you should give up everything. Ramdas is ready to give, 3 minutes he gave, you know. But even if we were there, we would not have come forward. Suppose now it is asked, probably Muktananda will say, the project, Gita touch is at the end of completion. Please wait, I will complete this and come. So that is our nature. So Papa says, give up everything. Ask and get up. And we should mean it, you know. Intellect is not functioning there. And we will complete this symbol. Sonal Rachani's journey as a crime reporter for leading Gujarati newspapers, where she regularly encountered human suffering. But one incident changed her forever. At civil hospital, she met a tribal woman, pregnant, badly burned, allegedly set on fire by in-laws after an illegal gender test suggested she was carrying a girl child. Sure. Though the woman survived, the cruelty and the silence surrounding it deeply disturbed Sona. She saw how rural women, especially in tribal areas, remained voiceless victims of injustice, trapped by poverty and patriarchy. This encounter awakened a fierce resolve in her to be more than a reporter, to become a force for change. In 2011, she left behind a promising media and corporate career, founded Shakti Foundation. With compassion and grit, Sonal and her team reached out to the remotest villages in Gujarat, addressing issues like illiteracy, malnutrition, gender violence, child marriage. They built trust where systems had failed. Shakti Foundation has since set up 44 ashram schools, women's skill training centers, self-help groups. Even during the pandemic, Sonal extended support to sex workers and other marginalized women, offering hope, dignity and purpose. Her life echoes Bhagavad Gita chapter number 6, slogan number 32. Atmaupamye sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadiva dukham sayogi paramo mataha. In all his, in some slokas, you will read that he is not telling that it should be there. This is my opinion, Mata. This is my opinion. For life, of course. He is the supreme yogi who sees all beings as equal to himself in joy and sorrows. Sona lives this ideal, choosing not just to witness suffering, but to transform it into strength, not just for one, but for many. Sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. Sukham va yadiva dukkam sayogi paramo mata. Then we move to Shloka 34, the last one. The soft morning rays crept into the kitchen, but they could not warm the chill between Veer and his father. For a week their breakfast table had been a battleground of silence. The reason was simple yet powerful, a mobile phone. Veer, like many teenagers, longed for one to match his friends. His father, a man of principles, insisted that he wait and earn it. The argument had left their bond frozen, words replaced by cold glances. That morning, Veer and his father drove to college in silence. At a red light, a street boy appeared at their window, his face bright and with hope, holding up colorful table mats for sale. Veer, half out of boredom, half out of irritation, rolled down the window. With a mocking tone he asked, "What are you saving for?" The boy says, "Part for a mobile, to gift to my father. He works so hard selling vada pav, I want to surprise him." Actually the story, they have cut short, that's all. He wanted to give this as a birthday gift to his father, who goes early in the morning and comes back late in the night. All for the family. So this boy was sensitive, to the father's commitment. So he did not ask a mobile for himself. So he was planning, without father's knowing, he was trying to earn some money so that he can buy a mobile and present it to him. Veer was stunned. The words hit him with a force that melted his resentment. He took the mass as his father paid, unable to meet his father's eyes. A wave of shame and realization swept over him. His mind, which had been tossing with anger and stubbornness, suddenly stilled. His father, sensing the change, asked quietly, "Are you okay, son?" Veer couldn't hold back. He broke down and hugged his father tightly. The day's plans were forgotten. Instead, they found a street stall, shared vada pav together. The silence now filled with understanding and love. Veer's father later reflected on the situation and recalled Shloka number 34 from chapter number 6. Chanchalam hi manakrishna pramadi bharvatridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayuriva dushkaram. The mind is very restless, turbulent, strong, obstinate. Oh Krishna, it appears to me that it is more difficult to control than the wind. Vayuriva dushkara. He realized that Veer's struggle was not just about a phone, but about the mind's powerful waves, desire, frustration, envy, pride. But in a single moment of clarity, inspired by the street boy's selfless love, Veer's heart opened and the storm within calmed. So we have completed 10 in 6. Tomorrow also we will take up something, but we will take the 6. 6 now we have gone, no? In order that the 6, at least some, a few at least, help us to get the stillness. With that motive we will try. In the next 15 days, instead of completing all these 18 chapters, in what way is going to help us? We will be just hearing it. So the intents, the 6 means 5 into 10, 50 plus 20, 70 slokas. 70 slokas, 70 examples we have covered. Technically we have covered. Now suppose we honestly ask ourselves, has it helped us to quieten the mind? That means values. Has it helped us to touch and kindle certain positive emotions in our heart? which are the expressions of the indwelling reality, like love, forgiveness, empathy, selflessness, sacrifice, perfection, resilience, resurgence. Oh, these are all the signs of godliness, palpable. But we should not stop with that. We should see that it is the expressed form of that unexpressed reality. So my whole idea is not to master the Bhagavad Gita. My whole idea is not to master this 70 shlokas or examples. My whole idea is to somehow take something of it, refine my mind. Just now you see, one boy's honest approach refined the other boy. That is why Bhagavad Gita helps us to transform our mind to a refinery. So 70 such points, factors were brought out, not merely slogas, through examples. And then ultimate aim is,
Yes.
and it so happened, 6th chapter is on Jnana Yoga. If you read about stillness, it is not going to help. If you hear about stillness, it will not help. But if we try to understand the stillness, removing everything, so for that the mind should be prepared. So these 70 shlokas help us to prepare the mind. 70 shlokas through 70 examples, slowly, what do you call that? Chiseling, and refining our mind. And then slowly, when all the positive things are welling up, that is the right, conducive, congenial moment for us to have a dip into that. With that bhavana, suppose we go through 6, it will not become an academic exercise. Otherwise, this will also slip into an academic exercise. Because we are not, it's a non-traditional approach we are taking. Because we are very clear about the idea. We are not going to print and publish this book. Because it is for sadhana and sadhana and sadhana only. Let us be very clear about it. So the next 15 days, 3:30 to 4:30, you try to go through this with this bhavana. Purify. And for that probably you may have to make a note, some scribbling, or if you are with computer, you are just whatever point that has come. Because that is the mind going alone to the goal, with no support, with no external prop, nothing. We are training to have a methodology to come out from within, so that we slowly go within. Suppose we try to bring out something from external, unknowingly we will, throughout our life, we will be on external only, either on persons, or on objects, or on situations. Hanging on to external prop in spiritual matters is a hindrance. Because the center of hindrance gets cramped and localized, denying you the flexibility for expansion. These are his words. Don't choose golden chain. All these things everybody remembers. Idea is, all external prop, we should go beyond that. We feel without the crutches we cannot walk. We were sharing it yesterday. In 84, when we met with an accident, ultimately we had to live with the crutches, 2 crutches, And one day after 1 month, there was a meeting. We went there in the estate jeep. We took part in that program. The doctor who had done the surgery had come, very loving person. He quietly removed my crutches, said, "You should stand. Sorry, you cannot stand, I will fall. You have to stand." Then with the hesitation, I was about to, "No, you have to stand." Then he said, "Walk up to the vehicle. Sorry, you have to walk." And he made us to walk. And then when we got into the jeep, he said, "Please don't use the crutches here." A big lesson for us. Because when so long as the crutches are there, we will never make an initiative to stand on our own legs. It was gently pointed out by that loving Dr. Sebastian. And then finally he said, when you get down, please don't. So that means we have all these crutches, means all these external props, whether it's the form of shastras or gurus, mahatmas, all these things are okay up to level. But the real thing can come only by removing all these crutches. This is the blunt truth which Papa has clearly expressed. What is that word? A day will come when?
We have to go in the nakedness of the soul. In the nakedness of the soul.
Nakedness of the soul, nothing else. All that we have put on, we have to remove. So all these are nice to remember, nice to reproduce, no? But we have to practice it, no? Anyhow, it has been a lively session, very lively session, yesterday also. So now, tomorrow also we will not go to the text again. We will only concentrate on Papa's various aspects of going within. And from Monday onwards for 15 days till 19, all of us will try in our own way, either between 3:30 to 4:30 or any time, set apart some time, regular 1 hour you can. You are all sitting now, you find ways and means to avoid everything during this time. So similarly, you try without a prop, without a support, without somebody telling there is a satsang session. Are we in a position to discipline ourselves and then try in our own way? A little bit of reading. Little bit of reading is necessary, little bit of chanting is necessary. And beyond that, we will try to go through this. So a couple of all these 90, 60, 70, 60, no, 70 slokas and 70 examples. So how will you, nobody is asking how will I get 70 examples?
Second chapter.
Nobody is applying the mind.
Second chapter.
Those who ask, they will be given. Which one?
Swalpam.
Trayatu. 240. But we cannot be satisfied with that. No? Oh, I close this. Okay. Okay then.
Swamiji is mute.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
It is muted.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Okay.
Ayo.
Try பண்ணுவோம். Papa இருக்காரே கூட. Papa கண்டிப்பா நம்ம அழைச்சிட்டு போவார். Rest assured Papa will take us. Okay. Assurance is there. I am there. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Tomorrow is Friday, Saturday. 2 more days.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Swami, that 70 shlokas. 70 shlokas. Can you send?
Mami also wants.
Who wants?
Mami also wants something. I'll send it to her and to her and to her. They want the slokas and the anecdotes.
Everybody. Those who want, they will get.
Yes, Swamiji.
Because it's not the voluminous, no?
Yes, Swamiji.
Not printed.
No, no.
Go through this, no?
Yes, Swamiji.
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om.
They patiently heard, so they will also send emails, Swamiji. All of them were patiently waiting in the end. That means they'll send